Good evening, everyone. This is Atticus from The Complete Trade, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. It's time to start paying attention because cryptocurrencies and equities are finally starting to wake up. Bitcoin's last weekly closure was a bullish engulfing candle, so that makes two weekly bullish engulfing candles over the past 4 weeks, increasing the probability of bullish momentum heading into the rest of October. Moving over to the Elliott wave count, I'm marking the bottom of this wave 2 retracement, which means our next target for Bitcoin is in the $40,000 region. We do have a 5-wave move down from our local top at $32,000, thereby completing the expanded flat pattern. Now, it's quite unusual to have a wave 2 retracement not even touch the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level in our blue Fibonacci retracement support area. Usually wave 2 retracements are quite steep, spanning between the 50% to 78.6% Fibonacci retracement levels. With that being said, I am offering up a bullish alternative wave count. I did show this alternative wave count a few weeks ago, suggesting that instead of an ABC expanded flat, this wave 2 correction could be in the form of a WXY double zigzag pattern. In this specific wave count, we have a 5-wave move down from the local top at $32,000, forming our wave A. Since then, we have a 3-wave retracement for our wave B into our red Fibonacci retracement resistance area. And from here, Bitcoin is about to nosedive off a cliff all the way down into the lower $20,000 region, hitting our blue Fibonacci retracement support area. Notice that both the primary wave count and the alternative wave count suggest that the November 2022 low was the bear market bottom regardless. The only difference between the wave counts is that the alternative wave count suggests that Bitcoin has a bit more short-term downside to go. Now, I want to make something very clear. Because of the two bullish engulfing candles on the weekly time frame and how a bullish reversal is setting up in the stock market, which I'll cover in a later video, I still favor the primary wave count, which suggests that Bitcoin has bottomed and about to embark on a wave 3 extension northwards of over $40,000 per Bitcoin. I'm 80% confident that the primary wave count is going to play out and only 20% confident that the alternative wave count will play out. Now, moving over to the Bitcoin against S&P 500 valuation, the reason why this chart is important is that the S&P 500 is the universal benchmark when it comes to evaluating individual investment and trading performance. Taking a look at the Bitcoin against the S&P 500 valuation, we can see that the Bitcoin against S&P 500 valuation has tested the orange 50 weekly moving average, which has historically acted as major support and resistance. Resistance back in 2022, support back in 2021, and support once again in 2023. We can also see that the Bitcoin against the S&P 500 valuation broke out of an inverse head and shoulders pattern and has recently tested the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. The next leg up on the Bitcoin against the S&P 500 valuation is the 61.8% and the 161.8% Fibonacci retracements. Now that we've established that the Bitcoin against S&P 500 valuation is bullish and heading higher, this means one of two things. If the Bitcoin against S&P 500 valuation pushes higher, either one, we're in a bull market where Bitcoin goes higher than the S&P 500, or two, we're in a bear market where Bitcoin crashes less than the S&P 500. Now ask yourself, does number two make any sort of sense whatsoever? We just witnessed the bear market back in 2022. The S&P 500 crashed 30%. Meanwhile, Bitcoin crashed nearly 80% from its highs. Number two makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, which is why I believe we are on the verge of a substantial bull market. We're going to finish this episode off with some logarithmic regression. Just a quick overview. The red region represents Bitcoin's overvaluation. The blue line represents Bitcoin's fair value, and the green region represents Bitcoin's undervaluation. Investing in cryptocurrency is quite simple. Literally, you buy in the green and you sell in the red. My nephew is 6 and he can understand this simple concept. This week's undervaluation region spans between $14,680.49 to $27,072.52, and Bitcoin's fair value this week is $34,235.52. The fun time in cryptocurrency begins when Bitcoin can flip the blue fair value line from resistance into support. Okay, so that's my analysis on Bitcoin for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.